All right, love. We are live in three, two, one. Boom! What is up, everybody? Welcome to Rotation TV. This is your Saturday Fat Man Terra Full Metal Aluminum Anime Cast. Oh, I almost had it. Stuttered just a little.
Yeah.
I've been doing good all week.
Facc. Easier.
Oh, I am your co-host as always, Fat Man Panda, and down here we got the lovely Miss Tara Ella as our other co-host. How you doing tonight?
The other half.
The other half. Two halves of a whole idiot right here on stream.
Yeah.
Oh, we should start doing the Cosmo Wanda thing, just for fun. Oh yeah.
Wait, I mean, it has to be Wanda.
No, you can be no. I like pink more than you. You can take the powder green.
Yeah.
I'll take the
I
pink.
was super excited to be Cosmo immediately.
Yeah, you could be Cosmo. You can be Cosmo. I'll be Wanda. I'll
I think
nag.
I'd look better in a suit.
Actually, probably. I'm not even gonna lie. That like probably.
Yeah,
Well,
especially with these baby curls right now, man. I'd kill it in a suit.
baby curls is right. Those are some baby curls
There's
right
no
now.
man in the suit.
Little micro fro going on over here.
Yeah. It's doing the thing.
It's trying to do a thing. That's what it's trying to do. But what up, everyone? How's your Saturday night going? Has everyone else's day been as fucking bullshit as mine? Can I just say, if you're a customer in any capacity, I don't care what it is, if you went grocery shopping today, fuck you. Just fuck yourself. It's the bottom line. Alright, you called customer service, you went into a gas station, I don't give a fuck what you did. If you were a customer in any capacity, fuck yourself.
You are a dick on Fat Panda's list.
Yeah,
today.
just like this is the bottom line. Fuck customers. That's today's theme. No, I'm playing. Today's theme is definitely a Full Metal Alchemist appreciation cast, and I'm fucking stoked to talk about this.
Like the cornerstone of anime.
Absolutely one of the
And they've
best.
been going through
intro.
some shit lately, you know?
Yo, didn't they get surpassed?
Came for their top spot.
Did they, are they? Is it still tied right now, or did Attack on Titan finally pass it?
So at one point it was tied and then it overtook it and then tied again and I'm like, what is going on here?
The anime community is like, no, we can't let this happen. It can end in a draw, but there can be two in this one scenario. There can be two. Just don't pass the
only
king.
one time
The
that it
only
can't
one time.
it can't be a winner. This is it. This is that one
This
time.
is definitely it. This is definitely it. So,
'Cause
yeah,
you can't just overtake. It's like God tier at this point.
it
it
absolutely
just-
stands atop a mountain in comparison to other animes. It's just like not just the overhype, but the living up to expectations. Like it gets so overhyped, but it lives up to every bit of it. Like the whole series, both series. And that's going to be a topic of our. That's going to be a major topic tonight. Is both series, the differences between the two. Because there's a major fan base for both sides of it. Like it's one of those fierce. It's like the anime versus. It's like the sub versus dub, like Crisis, but within like a little area.
Within the same little niche. Like
Absolutely. No,
fighting.
Brotherhood's better. No, Alchemist is
Sibling
better.
fight. Sibling bickering. At the end of the day, we both know like Full Metal Alchemist as an entirety is the shit.
Yeah, whichever
yeah.
version. We just got so lucky we
Yeah.
got two versions of one great anime.
Hey,
Mhm.
so lucky. Two
How often
versions.
does that happen?
What? You guys got two movies for your original FMA?
No, there's one for each FMA.
You
Is
have two movies.
Is there? What's
Yeah,
the other
only one. I
Because
was
I
just
know
looking at
Conqueror of
it.
Shambhala is the finale
That's the
of the
second-
first one.
and that's the second movie.
Really?
I found that out.
I've never known that.
blown. The other one, I guess, isn't like it doesn't really affect the storyline.
Is it
doesn't
actually
get
canon or is
closer.
it non-canon?
I heard it's canon, but it's like a side quest kind of deal.
Oh, okay. So it's like kind of like the
That's
new My Hero movie is technically canon, but everyone's mind had to be wiped so they wouldn't remember what happened. That way, it's fucking okay.
Yeah, things like that. Spoiler. alert.
Yeah, fucking spoiler. Oh, I think that was vague enough. Like, you was like, wait, what the fuck happened to Full Metal Alchemist? What did I miss? Or not Full Metal Alchemist, My Hero. How am I getting a call? Why are you calling me? You see me in the Discord. You see that I'm live right now. Hold on. We're ripping apart. Hello? Motherfucker, what you doing calling me right now? You see me in the Discord. I'm running the whole broadcast.
The disrespect.
Yeah, he gets so excited. He's like, oh, you're doing the Full Metal Alchemist tonight? Oh my god. And yet he's sitting in the Discord and can't look up a whole quarter inch to see that our names are in here working on this. Fuck you. I'll get in the chat. I'll see you in a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, you're still
What?
in Rocket League in the Discord. Okay, I'm live. Here, you know what? You can tell the audience hi. Say hello, rotation.
My app has been closed for over an hour and a half
He's not
on
even
my
paying
phone.
attention. Now you're just talking to the broadcast. All right, bro. I'm gonna get off here and do this. I'll hit you up after I'm done.
Alrighty, bro.
Hey, I can kick.
No worries, dude. Fucking peace.
Peace.
Why are you frozen, Tara? You're
I'm not
frozen on the
frozen.
funniest face too. Hold on, I gotta screen capture this. It's not very option. I get this. Oh yeah, it's done. Oh, it's done.
That's what I was thinking. There's bad thinking happening.
Yeah, if you could see
Then-
it. Well, you should look at
Yeah.
the Discord for just a minute, or look at the stream for just a minute, because you're like so totally frozen, and everyone's getting to watch me like crop out your face. Saved for later. I'm booting you. Get your life together. Need to fuck up everything just because she couldn't get it together. But guys, she'll get back in a second. Are you here? Are you there? Did you make it work?
I don't know. You have to tell me.
Hey, look at you all unfrozen and beautiful and stuff. Look at that.
Moving and stuff. Yo, Full Metal Alchemist did boop boop bop down AOT though
Did it?
from 9.2. Yeah, Full Metal still sits at 9.2, but you know AOT got dropped down to 9.17.
The fucking the old head weebs are coming out and like, oh, we've never voted before, but this is the day.
Right, they're this is when we do it. This is the time
This is the
we
way.
show up. This is the way.
But I'm
Yeah.
really excited to see which one actually takes it, because like there'll be a limited time where it'll go back and forth like this for a moment, and then boom, fix everything out, and like one of them will reign supreme, and then the arguments about why that's there will happen. Like it'll be so bitter from both sides.
Oh yeah, I love that. Like every character that you're like, oh, in this one-on-one fight, who would win? None of them are there.
None.
I see a one punch nothing.
Mm-hmm. That's all it is. And like, I don't know. But we're not here to compare the two. We're here to compare two specifics, and that is Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
FMA versus Brotherhood. FMA is your bread and butter though.
That is.
That's the one you got.
Mm,
Hard body,
I
which
loved it.
deserves respect. It did dive more into. I like the way that they did Wrath in yours.
Wrath was really well done. I liked Envy. Envy had a great storyline in this one that was a little weird, a little confusing, up until Conqueror of Shambhala really brought it all together, even though Envy has such a like tiny spot in that. And I'm sorry, they just do the best with Gluttony.
What are you talking about?
Huh?
I said, but she's so important. She's a key character in Shambhala.
Well, now, she or he or Slim?
Slim.
Slim. What, you never watched Futurama? It's definitely Slim.
Envy. She uses they them pronouns.
It's definitely
They.
them. They. Yeah, absolutely when it comes to Envy, because
They,
Envy
them.
doesn't even specify.
Hey, Envy just be switching it up. Can't tell nothing with that sports bra looking thing.
One of the most true non-binary out there. It's like at will.
Honestly, like we didn't even know it. We were all accepting some non-binary.
Everyone
Non-gender
then all of a sudden
conformist.
comes out of left field.
Yeah, we never knew. People weren't thinking about it. We're like, yeah, that's Envy.
That's
That's
a good point. That,
Envy.
the story arc was so well, no one gave a fuck. Like that
Yeah.
was just that simple. It was like that's Envy, and then Envy pulled the switch, and everyone's like, so that's
That's
Envy.
what representation is supposed to be. Representation is supposed to just happen without being like highlighted as, "Ooh, look, we did the thing." That's how you do it.
Yep, you just do it.
That's
Just fucking do it.
and that's one of the things that stayed true across the board. Though it was like that in Alchemist, like that in Brotherhood. So like, this is how this works.
Yep. Now you know what my next tattoo is, right?
Are you gonna be a homunculus?
It's 2 in 1. I'm getting the right arm of destruction down this arm, and I'm gonna have it activated with like the red electricity and everything coming through it, and then I'm getting Gluttony's homunculus tattoo on my tongue. Yeah, I'm actually doing it. But
Oh my god.
oh yeah, I'm gonna walk around my tongue that fucking fat for like a week.
Oh yeah.
You're cute.
Hella swollen.
So you can see Tara.
Look at that. You see that thing?
Look at it.
You see it?
It's so cute.
It's
Look
so
at
round.
that.
I feel huge.
She's made it a point every single broadcast for weeks now. She's got to make a guest appearance to show off the tummy.
Yeah, it's a 2-person guest appearance.
It is. It is.
2-for-1 deal.
When he comes
Right
out, I'll be
here.
like, bro, I've had you on camera since before you were born. Get the fuck over here and take this picture.
Come be part of the stream, baby.
Oh no, I'm gonna milk the shit out of that. No, don't get that mistaken. I'm gonna milk this shit out of my child when the time comes. He's gonna grow up in front of this camera. What's up?
Oh my gosh. You'd be like, you want to see
Pretty
what
much.
you were like at 3 weeks old?
Bro,
Come look at the
I'm
the
gonna have my
Thursday
child's
stream.
reaction to the first time he sees Goku go Super Saiyan live on stream. It's gonna happen.
Yes.
What are
I support this.
Yeah, I know. Go away.
100%.
I gotta clean it.
100%.
If you can't
here
keep
for
this
that.
to yourself, walk away. Pregger butts. She's so grumpy. She stomps away. The whole house shakes.
I think
That's
I
my
feel
first jab
disturbance.
I've ever taken. And you get
No,
so hurt.
no,
Yes.
I feel a disturbance.
ass, no.
What are
I
you
felt that from the other
Yo.
coast.
You
baby
gotta
doll?
clean it. I didn't notice it beforehand. I'm sorry.
I feel a huge disturbance from the other coast.
Massive disturbance. What up, Tricky Dick? How you doing tonight, man?
Man and fellows.
What up, bruh, bruh? Bruh, 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 bruh. So, no. Alright, let's dive into this, though. We beat around the bush for a minute. Let's get into this shit. Full Metal Alchemist. Let's give a quick synapse, just in case someone doesn't know what Full Metal Alchemist is. If you've been living underneath a rock since 2005, here's the scoop.
2003.
2003. I thought it was 2003, but I didn't want to throw out the wrong numbers, so I gave it a little way. But,
got you.
so like, no, here's the scoop, man. This is definitely one of the best animes out there. It's about these two brothers who are going through trying to correct a massive mistake that they and others have made as they go throughout their journey they learn of. And it's based in a world where alchemy is a real form of science and magic combined, similar to the way that, like, for lack of better examples, Hitler was trying with alchemy to turn lead into gold by changing its molecular structure.
Which was referenced.
Which was entirely referenced hard as fuck. Greed.
Reference.
Yo,
I like-
greed is the best chaotic neutral representation I've seen in a long time. Like, huh?
I said both greeds.
Yeah.
Yours and mine.
Mm-hmm.
Both mine.
Mine had that, like, little fucking weird punky style to him. It was odd.
I started with yours and we upgraded.
We upgraded. I like how you throw that out there. But no, so like through massive turns of events, ups and downs, many a deaths, and many a twisted fucking moments, you grow to watch these brothers go through solving their problem and trying to restore a massive fuck up that they made, and solving the
And accepting responsibility.
well, it's
And accept responsibility.
It's
Holy.
more than just its responsibility, though. Like, these kids are having to grow up and not just not just accept the responsibility, but the weight of their actions in a way that's completely physical. You get to watch they get to watch the true outcome of almost every step they take throughout the whole way. It's not like one of those build-up type ordeals. Like, out the gate, like, you're gonna fuck up if you do the wrong thing, and like it's gonna echo throughout this whole world.
Yeah. But I like that they did try to protect everybody throughout it. They're like, wait, I see you heading down a path that looks like mine. Don't do it. Let me
That's a
explain to
major
you why.
thing, too. That speaks volumes to the Elrics. The way they approached their conflict resolution, even Ed being such a hothead and ready to fight, out the gate, he just wants to get that first punch. If he can get that
He
one
does.
good punch in on you, he'll talk to you like talk no jutsu the rest of the time. If he can do it, he's like, man, let me just hit you in the fucking face one time, and let's talk this out, bro.
He'll like come up with the argument halfway on himself. So, like, did you call me half pint? They're like, no, I didn't.
I
Who said
love that, too.
No.
It's like, nobody
You
fucking
know?
called you short, dude. Get on somewhere.
But he's about it. Me and him do share a.
If he would just drink his
Oh,
damn milk.
Me and him share that disdain. I don't like milk. Never have hated milk.
And that's why
Watch
you're the
it.
pint-sized plunder.
But
Me
I
and Sam
I
both.
drank milk out of a shot glass because you can't eat a peanut butter sandwich dry. Can't do it. Impossible.
So you won't take a shot of whiskey with me unless like you're in a mood, but you take shots of milk with peanut butter sandwiches.
I'm only drinking a shot glass worth of milk because I gotta sip it only when I can't properly speak.
Wow, that's all I gotta say.
Peanut butter
Is just wow.
I'm just gonna say my Mimi started me out that. Why my Mimi had a shot glass as a woman who doesn't drink alcohol. She had a shot glass.
So we'll break up a little bit of
It-
artwork as we get in a little deeper here. Let's get this going.
Yeah.
There we go.
And with the lineup.
The lineup. That's let's
The
see.
lineup.
Do I have that one readily available?
Pick 3.
Pick 3. Okay, let's see here. I don't want to go through examples just yet, so here's a good one of just a couple of the characters. That tattoo right there on that fat bastard's tongue. That's what I'm getting. Bah. That's, I think, my favorite difference is the outcome of gluttony, like the end result of gluttony between the two. Like where gluttony goes with gluttony is one of the first that you meet, one of the first homunculi, one of the first created humans of this world that you meet.
And the first one that you know that he's not the same.
Yeah, and he's really not. He's very like child-minded, even like and just like take Full Metal Alchemist, like the OG series. And like just look at the way Gluttony reacts to everything, the way his thought process is, the way his mindset is, even compared to a child like Wrath.
Right. Wrath didn't act as childish as Gluttony did. Gluttony looked for lust for everything, for any kind of.
Oh yeah.
Lust was the mom figure for Gluttony for sure. He looked for her. He needed her.
Had to have her approval. Was ready to die for her in multiple areas. Was ready to kill, sacrifice himself for lust. Lust, OG anime crush right there. That voice actress.
Yeah. Like you didn't have to tell me her name was Lust when she popped up.
Didn't have to say a word about it. Say 7 deadly sins are involved. This one's here. Lust. Lust.
That one's Lust. That makes me envy because, oh my goodness.
I think Envy was the other one that was very noticeable. Like even before they said which one he was, the second you see Envy, you're like Greed. Sorry, the second you see Greed, you're just like you know that's Greed.
That shark teeth looking like that is just I need everything. Yo, Gluttony is like built like Eric Cartman.
Kind of, yeah, definitely very similar build, similarly drawn. So I don't want to focus on just the homunculi, though that's a major point that we need to talk on tonight. But it's so in depth; it's got so much more to go with it. I want to just kind of touch for just a moment on some of the different alchemists and the way that it works, because like there's some like badass alchemists in both series, and I think the series does a really good job of defining itself distinctly by using the alchemists themselves just as much as they do by defining the homunculi between the two series, because that's the major story derivatives of the different homunculi that are there, the way they're created, and the starting point of the creation versus the impact that the state alchemists have. There's a couple different ones, and like they're like the Shao Tucker thing is a little different. The coldest moment ever. Oh, look at that! I almost brought a cry.
Edward. Dad. Like, Goku's got nothing on this man.
Nothing. Full blown fucking sacrifice.
That, I feel like that's got to be some kind of psychological manipulation when you convince a small child that they want they want this.
That they want. Well, actually, I don't feel like it'd be that hard. If I was like a little 5-6 year old and you were to tell me like me and my dog could be together forever and I didn't understand what you were saying by that point, dude, I'd easily be calling out there, Edward. I'm telling you, dude, I'm getting a fucking giant white dog, a brown wig, and I'm cosplaying as Shao Tucker and Nina at a Comic-Con one time just to just record the fucking horrific faces I walk through. Oh.
And do you have one of those spy cams, you gotta live stream it?
No, I can take one of those old school cameras, like one of the old school looking ones that little accordion fronts, and just put a GoPro in the front, and it would still match the cosplay because there's plenty of scenes with him in that fucking camera.
Yeah.
Now you know why. He was making memories before
because he knew he wasn't gonna get them back.
Edward, the craziest fucking thing ever. And, like, the reveal of that, the horrific shock, just the shock value alone that you get from, like, encountering from that scene. They glanced over it a little too fast for my taste in Brotherhood.
It was glanced over because it was so traumatic in the original.
Yeah.
But it did also I feel like it really like sealed the deal in Edward that Scar was gonna be
Crucial.
like it made it show that he was never gonna be able to be like alongside him. Whereas in Brotherhood they had their time where they learned to forgive.
Yeah, they both
forgive and move on.
They traveled together for a moment.
Oh yeah, they traveled together for a while.
Yeah.
But if they would have focused too much on so much
2 seconds.
to see that, because they can't get along like that. Like it's not possible.
It's really hard to get along with Edward.
I don't know.
Just in general, Edward's he's not the easiest to get along with. He's a great protagonist, great fucking character. But if you were to meet Edward in real life, you'd be like, dude, get the fuck out of here. You definitely lean more towards Alphonse. Anyone would definitely lean more towards Alphonse.
Yeah, because he's the teddy bear.
The younger brother's always better. So I want to talk a little bit about the State Alchemist, though. I really do. I really, really do. Because...
Well, she start at the top. But
sure. What do you consider the top? Okay. I knew that's where we're just diving into it. We're just diving into it. I'm okay with that. Roy Mustang deserves his dues. All right?
Man.
It's a terrible day for Rain.
Yeah, the manliest way to cry. I'm like, oh, terrible day for Rain.
So it's not raining? Yes, it is. Don't you fucking question me. I'm pulling rank right now.
Tears. And I was like, whoa, that was the most, like, G way to do that. Period. Ever.
Mustang is literally 5 steps ahead of everyone. Even the homunculi. Without knowing their moves, he's 5 steps ahead of them the entire way.
He's got countermeasures on countermeasures.
So let's give a little intro to Roy Mustang, because we just got into like fangirling and fanboying a little bit over here. So Roy Mustang, what's his rank? Is he captain when you start out?
I think he's lieutenant. Because he does get promoted.
I think he's captain and goes to corporal. We should look this part up, because this is important. Because his career says a lot about the character.
Yeah, because at one point
it's all about his career.
A career climber. Oh, I'm a Mustang.
I can't remember the fucking word for it, and I have military family god rank.
He was a corporal during Conqueror's
He was a major to begin with, then went up to colonel, then went up to brigadier general. Or vice versa, whichever way is correct. He got up there though. He got the fuck up there. And like he
was general.
He's probably the only character. I don't even want to just classify him as anime. He's probably one of the only characters that you can respect for political motivations, the entire driving force of their character arc. You know what I mean? Like, you find out the political motivations have a means to an end. He has righteous needs with it, but he makes it really hard to accept that in the beginning. He just literally talks about needing to rise through the ranks. You don't find out why till way later. And that
it's part of his redemption.
Way part of it. It's just like, it hits home because it comes right about the time of the Mace Hughes stuff, and he reflects on his and May's promise. And then, like, that gut-wrenching moment in Alicia and, like...
Mace Hughes?
Have you seen the meme of Alicia when she becomes a state alchemist? Or, like, she starts working for the government and she's showing off pictures of her dad? Yeah.
No?
It hurts so much. You just, like... You get that warm feeling because you're like, oh, they did a gender bend. They're like, oh, this is cute. Then they zoom in on the fucking, like, the photo albums and you see the same pictures that Mace Hughes would show all the time. You're like, that's not what this is. I know who that is. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, complete
Baby
fills.
Hughes. Little Hughes.
So, like, State Alchemist, Roy Mustang starts out as a mid-ranking State Alchemist, discovers Edward and Alphonse at the start of it all. His power is to manipulate fire through a circle on his gloves. He just ignites the air.
An emblem.
Worst weakness ever. If it's raining, he can't spark. Sparky's no good.
Yeah.
Useless. I love how what's her name?
But-
Is it Hawkeye? Is that her name?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Hawkeye. I love how she just like takes him out of that one fight. She's like, "You're useless here. Get the fuck out of the way."
Calls it, but she calls him on his shit.
She has
She
more
is-
of a role in Brotherhood, doesn't she? She's a little bit
She
more of a prominent
does.
character.
You get a lot more from her and his like situation, their interaction, their history
And they have a
Like,
deep history, one that's
they
not
do.
explored in Full Metal.
at all. You don't get to see like. I don't think you guys got to see Hawkeye's back.
No, Full Metal Alchemist does not go deep into Hawkeye, nor does it go deep into any of the other supporting military. But it does go a little deeper into Armstrong, which is another great alchemist to bring up. Fucking
But-
Armstrong.
Which one? Because we have Olivia.
No, I'm talking. What's Sparkle's name?
Louise Armstrong.
Louise Armstrong the Fourth or some shit like that. Like he's.
Yeah.
I love how like they're aware. Like he just like rips off his shirt, muscles everywhere. He fucking
Terry-
manipulates
he's Terry
stone to
Crews.
punch it. He's Terry Crews. He's a white
They're
Terry
Terry-
Crews with a little baby hair. And I love that he fucking Alex Louise Armstrong, Alexander Louise Armstrong. There
Alexander.
we go. I love how he has the sparkles, and then the one time like the lower ranking military members make fun and act like they come in like they're Armstrong, and everyone snaps too. He's got fake sparkles hanging off of him. I'm like, that's just like a nice little nod. Like, yes, they see it.
They see the sparkle. They recognize the sparkle. That
The
is
flex
Armstrong.
battle with Teacher and Armstrong, with Teacher's husband and Armstrong. Like they just talk through their muscles. Manliest display ever.
I love that. But Izumi's husband is like, was it Sergey or some?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he's got like a stereotypical
Yeah,
Slavic name.
it's a very,
Mhm.
very stereotypical name.
But I loved it. I loved him. He was so like,
He sleeps with his eyes open. It's weird. He sleeps with his
Yeah.
eyes wide open while he's snoring. Just like, what the fuck?
that's
too big of a
shit.
man. That would be terrifying.
Yeah, I
was
mean,
just
I would
looking for the bathroom. I'm sorry.
be like, I'm not awake. Like, I feel like that would be him. I'm not awake. Just automatic responses.
Absolutely.
dead ass asleep.
Just dead ass asleep. I am not awake. So like Armstrong comes from a family of like who passes down their alchemic style. And you said Brotherhood has Louise. Olivia. Louise.
Olivier. She doesn't have a
Olivier.
feminine name, and she puts him down. Yo, she makes him look. She makes him look so tiny,
Mm.
metaphorically, because she is this very petite. For him, looking like she looks like she speaks like Lucy Harpula. Like
Oh my god.
she looks like she belongs in
Lucy.
her shot. But then she'll come in and everybody heels clicked. She actually gets addressed as sir because she wants the power of that. They don't call her ma'am. They say
Call her
sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always appreciate whenever I see that. Like whenever that's done that one, we're like, it's like that ultimate power move. It's like you don't fucking discriminate. You use the same terminology, and you fucking do not make eye contact with me.
Oh yeah, and I love that she also had one of the most diverse groups underneath her.
See, I don't remember all this. So like I said, it's been years since I've watched through Brotherhood, so like it's weak.
Because she's so she runs like the outskirts. She runs the like military base out in the wilderness in the middle of like it's constantly snowing. It's basically their Alaska, protecting that border. There has only been one instance in the beginning of that show of anyone ever gaining access to that fort. One instant. And you know who it is? Fucking Izumi. Teacher. She's the only person who has
teacher.
the only person who has ever like broken through that fort.
Well, I mean, it's teacher.
It is, but that like even just then, like them recognizing like yo, it was her. She's the only who did it. Just shows how powerful She is. No
Teacher's
one
a
else.
G,
ever
yo. Teacher's story is really sad, so we need to wrap up Alchemist so we can get on, because we have a whole lot to cover and not a lot of time to cover it. Like, we've still got everything having to do with the homunculi. We still need to talk about the Ishbalans and the parallels that this anime has to the real world and how they like literally connect it. How there's like, no, we're not even gonna be coy about it. This is what the fuck it is.
Yeah,
So, like,
in case you were confused.
yeah, in case you didn't
like,
pick up on all the subtle, not so subtle hints, here's us spelling it out for you.
This was so ahead of its time.
Oh
And
yeah,
we
if it
just-
was to come out now, it would be mind blowing. The messages it has, like, oh.
So controversial.
If they could do one really good live adaptation, that I would say that would take 4 movies. I would say it would take at least 4 movies to do it justice, and then like really do your casting right. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but like, don't worry about the race thing. Like, I'm like legit on it. Like, I hated that fucking, because Death Note, which should have had Asian actors, Asian leads, like it just should have. Light Yagami should have been an Asian dude. All right.
It makes sense to.
It made sense, but because Death Note fucked that up, they fucked up Full Metal Alchemist live action on purpose by casting a little Asian dude to play a German kid. I was like, wait, this is.
I loved it. I died laughing on multiple occasions, like big belly laughs, crying.
Dude,
can't
it was
see.
bad. Like, it was
He was
bad
wearing
CGI.
He was wearing 2 wigs. He had one wig that was the braid, and they had a wig on top for his little fringe. And I lost. The whole, like, from the get go, I was like, "Yo,
Dead. I wouldn't even
he's
watch
wearing
it.
2 wigs. He's wearing 2 wigs. Y'all can't tell me he's not wearing 2 wigs."
But no.
Like, 10 minutes into it, like, my nieces, my brother, like, we were all like, "Nah, he's wearing 2 wigs.
4.
They're 2 different
I'm
colors."
saying 4 good movies. Do your casting correctly. Give it a good director and a good writer, and you're done. You have sparked the anime movie franchise, or the anime movie universe, and the new trend. All right, you will still so fucking many viewers from the comic book fad right now, because it dude, I love it. I love the MCU, but you're about to get a whole opening of the DC fandom. Like, all those DC guys are about to be like, dude, fuck DC, fuck it. And then you have Full Metal Alchemist coming out like fucking bomb right here. 4-part movie, you know it's coming, dude. Right over to it. But anyways, we got a lot to go. So we'll talk about some not so good state alchemists, because like no eye holes throughout the term dogs of the state, and there's one specific alchemist that comes to mind when I hear that term, and that is the true dog of the state, the Crimson Alchemist.
Kimberly.
Yep.
That
Kimberly's
she,
insane. I saw her talk about him. I waited. No, I wasn't ignoring you. I wanted to talk about Kimberly specifically, because that crazy motherfucker is absolutely the Joker of Full Metal Alchemist.
100%.
The maniacal laugh and all. Bloodthirsty.
So, like, he 0 regard for human life that has been beaten out of him.
Bro, with his, like, specific skill set, too, like, his form of alchemy, like, you can't really have a whole lot of regard for life. Like, you touch things and it blows up. Imagine the first time you figured that out on a person. The first time.
That alone should be nah. Like,
That's enough to set you off.
Like, you should be able to hear like that glass cracking sound that is your psyche breaking.
And Kimberly's so fucked up and so in deep that he has the shit tattooed on his hands. I thought about getting those one time. I was like, that's putting out the wrong message. The homunculi thing, like, yeah, that's already not so good. But those,
Yeah, that is true sociopath.
absolutely, they're fucking sick.
That is
though.
man-made sociopath.
They're
like,
so sick though, and like his part in the war, sickening. A true war criminal. Just sending people like C4 out into crowds. Just horrid.
I mean, but he was an ends to a means, and he used it to. He worked his way up that ladder just on sheer popularity for being good at what he does.
Being the best.
Was the best killer.
And he was like so fucking lanky and agile, like he could just move through a battlefield like it was nothing. Like they don't even highlight it that much. You just see a few quick moves and you're like, this is how he did it.
Yeah. It he doesn't run much, but whew, when he started to run, you're like, okay.
Yeah, I could just see him like Nami on the scene where she's leaving Fishman Island and just fucking darts through the crowd and pickpockets everyone. I could see him just going through, just like smacking motherfuckers, and all of a sudden it's just like he finishes. It's like yeah, popcorn behind him.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, bad. So, Kimberly, State Alchemist. Power is to be able to turn matter into explosives. And he just reassembles it on a molecular level into something that's explosive, and then kaboom, it's gone.
Yeah. It's that kind of the responsibility of the alchemist power is anybody at any point could have turned into a Kimberly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Anybody could have flipped that switch on their humanity and become that killing machine.
Well, Shao Tucker, one of the best examples. He was the sowing life alchemist. His form of alchemy was meant to bring life, and he took that to the most bizarre.
He had to be protecting his rank.
That's spoken about a lot in this series. That need to keep your career momentum and keeping your status symbol, and like it's a big thing.
It's very self-serving.
A lot of it is.
And that I couldn't really wrap my head. I was like, I don't understand. It's just a job, but it's not just a job it's a career. It's a big difference.
It's a lifestyle. Though that's the bigger thing, is it gives them access to a specific lifestyle. Like, you have to remember, the state alchemists were treated as both celebrities and infamous criminals at the same time. In a 1940s kind of Fallout world, to some degree, like a war-ravaged country, like it's like Europe is the whole world in the 40s, and like so before we move into that, because that's a major statement to say. Before we move into that, do you have any other notable state alchemists you'd like to bring light to before we move into the biggest one? That's the Full Metal Alchemist himself, our namesake.
Our namesake.
Where's my lighter? Why do I not have a lighter? This is a thing.
There's so many alchemists. Oh yeah, Hawkeye's parents do teach them about, and that's one of the big things that we're missing from regular FMA, is that effect that Hawkeye's parents have.
I was away. I asked a question and then walked away before you could answer. I'm an asshole.
I was talking. Yeah, you do that thing, so I was in the chat.
What up, chat? Y'all been throwing out some good shit, man. Eyeholes, you're up on your stuff tonight. I gotta say. Eyeholes like this is my jam.
I'm
not gonna lie, if I had time to be able to like make a little scene to get you in, I'd be like, yo, hop in here. Can't do it. I don't have the ability tonight. I'm high. I love you.
Yeah, it is Kimberly was a bastardization of Mustang.
Oh, absolutely.
With the emblems.
Absolutely. Very, it is a great parallel, too. His is on gloves that he keeps with him at all times. It's on the back side of the hand, where Kimberly had his tattooed to the palm of his hand. Be able to grab whoever he wanted. Mm-hmm.
And easily concealed.
Easily concealed.
But you're not going to look at the palm of my hand. How often do you see the palm of people's hands?
You have a point with that. You have a point. So who else do you have? Who else is a notable state alchemist before we move to the man of the hour?
I think my favorite one, but he's not in yours.
Who? I've seen Brotherhood. Well, the majority of Brotherhood.
I think my favorite is the Olivier's second in command, her Ishvalan.
Nope, I don't remember him.
Yeah, he's great. He always wears these little they kind of remind me of Vash's sunglasses.
The little round ones.
It's got a little.
I've seen pictures of him. I know who you're talking about. What's his alchemy?
Honestly, they didn't really focus a lot on his alchemy. It was just the fact that he's an Ishvalan and he's risen that high.
The fact that Ishvalan is practicing alchemy.
And he commands the respect of the other people in that fort.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal in this particular world.
That was the biggest come up is yo, hold up, this whole second class citizen situation is up here getting the respect of other people.
Well, the same thing. So if we're gonna say that, this is where we can diverge a little bit before we get into Edward and everything. But I mean, not for nothing, but Hohenheim. Hohenheim was absolutely, he was like bottom class. Like, I don't know if there was a third, fourth, or seventh class. Yeah,
He's
literally a slave. Rose to rubbing elbows with the fucking elites before shit hit the fan hard. But he made his way up. He made his way up.
Only because of the flask.
Only because of the flask. Okay, so
Only
we're going to dive too deep. We're going to dive too deep. Second the flask gets mentioned, we're going to do that deep dive. So let's talk about Edward for a minute. Because he opens up a whole other facet of this conversation. We've only got about 30 minutes left. So, Edward Elric, the Full Metal Alchemist himself. How old is he? Like 11?
I think he was older than 11 when he started.
No, maybe it's Alphonse is 11 and maybe he's 13.
Yeah,
They're
I think
young.
Yeah, they're only 2 years apart.
They're super young. Both of them are. I'm pretty sure Ed's 11 and Alphonse is like 9.
Is it? I
think
feel like
so.
I feel like they shouldn't have been that small. Like, because they did so much. Oh, 15.
15. At the end or at the beginning?
The beginning.
Okay, so
He's 18 in the end.
so Alphonse is 13 and he's 15. Okay. That makes a little more
Yeah.
sense too.
February.
I don't know.
Ed's birthday was actually the other day, February 3rd.
Hey, happy birthday, Ed.
1899.
It's crazy that you can know anime characters' birthdays now. Like, oh, this is my favorite character's day.
Just pop up and be like, oh, it's this character's birthday, and I'm like, yes.
So Edward Elric. Then we have to throw in Alphonse too, because they everyone thinks that Alphonse is the Full Metal Alchemist because of the fucking metal suit.
Full metal suit.
Yeah, the full metal armor. Little do they know.
Ooh. So Ed became a state alchemist at 12. That's when he became an alchemist. But the show started years after.
So hold on. When I'm saying the show started, I'm fucking up my timeline. So when the events of the show started, not the show itself, but what set everything in motion.
Mm-hmm.
When he practiced the first time and was discovered and started for everything, Alphonse was 9 and Ed was 11.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did have that. There's where I was referencing. So
Yeah,
Ed.
we all think like I'm episode 1.
So
He
no,
was
okay, because it flashes back like almost immediately. So yes, the desert scene is absolutely he's about, I'd say about 15 at that point. That because he's made his way. He's already got a name by the time the show starts. So they do the
People know who
backstory.
the Full Metal Alchemist is.
Yeah. So Edward Elric, dad was a gifted alchemist. Studied. Didn't get to see a lot of his dad.
He was just a figurehead. I don't even think you really saw him.
Way till
Saw
the
any
end.
imagery of him.
Yeah,
There was
they
always
keep his
like
picture blurred out.
a glare over his
Mhm.
picture.
And then that one episode, the glare goes away. And you're like, wait,
And you're like, this dude?
that dude. So, Edward Elric. Edward and Alphonse, 9 and 11 years old, make a horrific sin against humanity with an alchemic experiment. I feel like it's okay to say this part. They try to bring back their mother. Their mom dies, their dad's gone. They try to bring back their mother using alchemy. Horrible sin. Just one of the biggest no taboos that you could do in the alchemic world. They find out why. It does not work.
Can't do it.
Can't. Not, you can't do it without sacrifice. The law of equivalent exchange is a major guiding principle of this world. You get what you put. You get back what you put in.
You
And-
can't take shit back. Ed is actually 1 year older than Alphonse.
So it's
Because
10 and
Alphonse
11.
March 1900, sorry. And their mother died in 1904. They tried to bring her back in 1905. 5 and 6 years old.
Yeah,
Breaking the laws of the universe.
breaking the laws of the universe. Doesn't go over so well.
It gives insight into why they're such small children, but they're so advanced academically.
And like to put into perspective how the alchemy works, it does use a form of energy, but the biggest guiding principle is similar to the way the chick's power from My Hero works. You have to know the chemical makeup, or not the chemical makeup, the molecular makeup of what you're fucking working with in order to rearrange it. So it means everything Ed or anyone uses alchemy with, they know what parts of what like materials are in there. They know the exact amount of like calcium and iron and phosphorus in the human body, and they have to know those to the exact in order to arrange them the correct way. So like that puts their entire skill sets into a whole different thought process, because it's not only do these people possess this power, but how they possess it in such like great ways is because they've studied the way to like rearrange and the different ways to manipulate such things. So people like Ed, who can do really change a lot of shit. Like Ed can change.
He mainly focuses on metal.
Well,
He
metal and
focuses
stone. He does a
stone,
lot
yeah.
of stone.
If for defensive, yeah. He
But
does
he knows
stone
how
a
to
lot.
use his arm, and he does like the stone staff. I love the staff. When the staff comes out, that shit's sick. Yeah. But you have to know how to rearrange the molecules. You have to know what's in there in order to do this science. That's why it's science and magic meeting together. That's why the boys are so like they study so hard. So like you have to think. They had to know the human body inside and out, what elements are inside of us at 5 and 6 years old to fuck up this hard. That's a very well thought out fuck up.
The fact that they had it down to a T. Like, they knew every single component. Exactly how much, percentage-wise. They even, like, because think about it, if they're trying to bring back their mom, they have to go based off of her size in particular.
Mm-hmm.
So
The
those
exact
conversions-
weight.
Yeah. But, you know, what is the weight of a human soul?
That's the whole point of the series. So they fuck up, in the laws of equivalent exchange to try to replace the soul takes Alphonse, the younger brother's entire body, and then Edward's, what is it, right arm and left leg?
Left arm.
Left arm, right leg.
I had to find myself.
But and in the blink of an eye, this child has to think quick on his feet and soul bonds his brother's. No, he takes his right arm or his left arm, and then he has to soul bond his brother's. He has to bond his brother's soul to this suit of armor, and he has to sacrifice his leg to complete the bond.
Yes, to take back his soul, because you can't get nothing in this world is free.
Nothing in this world is free. Intro: Roy Mustang. They go screaming. They get their fucking. Alphonse is like carries Ed up and like has to freak everyone out that he's now a suit of armor, and Ed gets the coolest upgrade, not for his circumstance, but later it's shown that people are using it as an upgrade, but the coolest replacement ever. And why we're not funding technology like this currently is beyond me. But Automel. And it's literally like steampunk, but with advanced batteries and like neurological receptors, and like it's fucking sick. It's a limb replacement. It would be the worst thing to undergo. Like horrible.
I mean, it's a painful thing to do. Even just like our basic and like prosthetics that people making 3D printers, like that shit still hurts. It's still painful. There's aches and pains, but Automail is they interconnect it into your nerves. They do focus on Automail a lot more in Brotherhood, and how Winry is like so in that.
Mm-hmm.
But they do show a couple of scenes where they're like, "All right, we're gonna reconnect. Are you ready?" I'm like watching his whole body like tense up.
Watching those scenes are crazy, and Ed just fucking no painkillers, just grits through it. He's like, it's nothing compared to what he feels.
Like, wow.
You fucking child. Just take the drugs. Just take the fucking drugs. So no, through all of this, they catch the attention of Roy Mustang, a state alchemist, who more or less tells the people around them to train. They overhear this in their like half-conscious state, and they start training till they're old enough to take the state alchemist exam, and then takes the exam at 12 years old, passes it with flying colors. Fucks up the first attempt. But other than that, flying colors.
Yeah, but, you know, stage...
He's a child. He's 12. Let him fuck up. Fuck y'all who are snickering. What were you doing at 12? So, and then goes on to try to figure out a way to bring his mom back. And the whole thing is a search for the Philosopher's Stone.
Bring his mom back the right way.
And their bodies. It's actually mostly focused on bringing Alphonse's body back. Like, Ed could really care less about his limbs. It's all about Alphonse's body. Alphonse's like, oh, we got to get your arm back. He's like, dude, you need a fucking body. What do you mean my arm?
Yeah, bring you back first. This can work. I can do this. Look.
I think it's amazing. The only person that can beat Ed is Alphonse. The only person
Yeah.
that he's never beat Alphonse ever, not once.
Because he knows how
Everything.
delicate his situation really is.
No, even
Alphonse-
whenever they have bodies.
It's his baby brother, though.
It's his baby brother. You give that? Fuck that, man. If you didn't have a body forever, and you got a body back, we could fight. I'm going in. You need to remember what pain is like early. I don't want you stubbing your toe and crying.
I mean, they did fight.
Yeah, they're fucking sick. Their little fight scenes together are fucking sick. There's no alchemy involved. Just like I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah, it is like a bare knuckle brawl in a world where that's not
Well, that's not
how
a thing.
fighting is done.
And that's why Ed's style though. Ed manipulates his own body to fight. Most of the time it's a bare knuckle brawl. Like he uses his alchemy for defense. It's rarely ever for offense, other than like just changing his fucking arm into a knife.
Yeah, into that knife.
It's like,
And honestly, I don't know how he gets away with that because Winry's scary and I would not want to realign anything.
well,
she
so
has-
that brings it to a question. We've seen them in the very first episode reassemble a clock radio that fell on the ground. Completely, like, back to normal. Why is it that every time his arms break, like, he just can't be like, and fix his arm real quick in battle?
he doesn't have the nerve connection with the damage. It
But
breaking
it's
the
not
connection.
usually that bad. It's usually like like the screw, the infamous screw episode. Winry's just like, I wonder what this is to. Snap. Worst battle ever to have that snap too. Almost dies to bits.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good look.
So like,
Survived a lot.
he destroys every alchemist in every fight he comes up against. Of course, like to any other anime, he gets his ass kicked a few times. But like, always comes back with a vengeance. Always comes back with a stronger moral. And like the moral aspect of the show is like
He does take a
phenomenal.
fallback. Point.
Mm-hmm. There's a good
He-
point where he does this fallback.
He has a solo venture, too, in Brotherhood, where he's completely separate. It's part of his big plan, but he's completely separated. That's when in Brotherhood he grows up. He's
See,
not-
I feel like
he
it's all
drops the
so
braid.
easy.
He no longer wears the braid and wears just a ponytail, and I'm like, where did this muscle mass come from? This man's over here in a wife beater, and like, there's a lot of arm in that wife beater. What's going on here? Like, that's one big thing about Brotherhood. You actually see them grow physically, not just emotionally, not just like morally. Like, you see Ed physically grow.
No, it
To the point
stays a
that-
pipsqueak the entire Full Metal series, like the entire
Yeah,
time.
Fullmetal, he's always tiny. In Brotherhood, in the end, he's about the same height as Winry.
Hmm.
And Winry was tall for a girl.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Like, the whole time, like, they always focus on, like, Winry's taller than you. And she's like, well, drink your milk. Like, that was, like, a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But in Brotherhood, he grows up and he meets Winry where she's at. They are the same height towards the end. But they did get to dive into a lot more there. We had a lot more interactions with other countries in Brotherhood.
Yes, that's a big
was-
deal. Yeah, you just barely get to glimpse at the other countries in Full Metal, but yeah, absolutely.
You have major characters that are of different countries in
Mhm.
Brotherhood. Not just the Ishval issue. Not just the Ishval issue.
So
But you have
before we
two
get on the
others.
Ishvalans too, because I'm really itching to get onto those, but I want to talk to Homunculi a little bit now.
Well, yeah, you have to at this point because,
We've already
For-
said why. We've already said the major point.
yeah, for us, we had a secondary greed. We had your guys' greed, and then we upgraded.
Why do I not remember this? See again, like dude, like a fucking dream to me. Okay, this little like smirky dude right here.
Yes. Ling Yao. He is in line to become the ruler of his country. And so he's there. He's also doing a search for the Philosopher's Stone. That's how he links up with Full Metal.
So no, I like my greed.
Yeah, no, ours is.
They're both just
But-
as douchey.
But Ling Yao, he brings humanity to greed because he isn't just a homunculi. He's a homunculi who has become part of him. So he has that duality.
Mm.
Kind of like crap. Who's the villain in My Hero who has two personalities in his
Split.
head? There you go. Him. He has moments like that where it's the OG greed is like, no, this is what we need to do. And then Ling's like, nah, man, this isn't what I want.
Damn, that's pretty sick.
He's like, no, I'm the captain. Like, he has moments like that where he makes greed as an entity not only like respect where he's coming from, but like be on board with it and allow him to use the group powers of greed to make it happen. He goes from greed was like kind of a villain to greed is kind of a gray area.
So they turn Greed into, like, I wouldn't say an anti-hero, but something resembling it.
Yeah, he's like right on the outskirts of anti-hero, but he was
Still villainous.
yeah, still villainous. Still, at the end of the day, he's here for him, and he needs all the power to
But he
take over.
couldn't be associated with Greed if he wasn't there for him.
Ling Yao is amazing, and then he brought in a very strong female character. One of his bodyguards, Lan Fan. This bitch lost an arm for him. In front of him. It traumatized him a little bit. Like, you see the character, like, the entity of greed react to her sacrifice for him.
Really?
That's when you start to see Greed's, like, personality start to break down a little bit. Is Lan Fan loses an arm to protect him. And she gets automail, which is dope because she's a bodyguard and like damn near an assassin.
That's pretty sick.
But she was there for like, I want to say like a good like 20 episodes.
No Eye Holes is just begging for automail at this point. She's like, just cut it off.
Give me the automail.
That's
I
hilarious.
don't know if I can handle the process.
Once.
I could never go back for repairs.
Nope.
If something going wrong, I'm like, yeah.
Would never have it changed out. Would never. Once though. One time. If I was in like, no. If I was to lose a limb, no, I would do some automail. Absolutely. If I was to like actually lose a limb in an accident, then an automail was an option, and I could afford that shit because we've all seen Avatar. We all know how that works out. Like, just because it's available doesn't mean you can afford it.
Right.
Not Last Airbender Avatar. You know,
Yeah.
dances with Smurfs. The blue people.
The blue people.
The blue Avatar. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, I would definitely do it at least one time.
It depends on what limb it was. If it's my leg, no.
Yeah.
Because as Ed grew, he had to get that shit changed out.
You still have to with your arm as you grow. If not, you'd have like.
I think I could be okay with that.
Fuck
Misaligned.
that.
Be like, nah, my shoulder's kind of crooked. Good.
Nah.
I could shake that off. That could be like a choice, as long as I don't have
gotta
like
get it changed.
in like a 30-year-old other arm. Like I feel like I'd be fine.
We both know if it was a real deal, that shit would be modular. They just hook up the nerve connectors one time. You just be able to be like, take off your arm and just click in the new one in place.
I mean,
It'd be a thing. Like, hold on, let me get my golfing arm.
built-in putter.
I'm
Like
telling you. But no, like, so Greed, I love the way they introduced him in my series. All right, his introduction really set the stage for what he was about. He was the homunculus that literally didn't give a fuck. He was just there for straight chaos. And I loved seeing that for just a moment because, like, I'm sorry, but, like, right at the beginning, it starts to get a little, homunculi have this big, like, drawn-out, overall scheming, arching plot. Hooray, we've seen this and other shit. Then all of a sudden, Greed comes in and kicks the door up. He's like, dude, I'm with them, but fuck them, ultimately. Are they giving me what I want? Nah, fuck them.
yeah. In the end, I am Greed, and I am the full embodiment of Greed. It is me.
And he's the first one to show, like, their Super Saiyan form. Like, his little, like, crystallization form. Yeah,
Yes.
like, you're like, wait a minute, these motherfuckers have, like, real powers. Like, I understand, like, the and, like, you know, like, the growing fingernails is cool. It's and, like, I understand, like, Gluttony can eat whatever the fuck he wants. This is all cool. The fingernails don't match, but like they kind of match if you're really into that shit. Like, it's a little kinky with it.
Talon.
Yeah, he's like, she has a little bit of a succubus vibe. Um,
Yes.
and envy
Shit up.
shape shifting. You're like, okay, these are cool, but then you see that tank maneuver, that I'm gonna
Yeah.
fuck you up maneuver
I bust through a whole wall because I fucking can.
because I can, because you can't stop me
Yeah.
until
Because
you
it's
can.
what I want.
Yeah, until you can. Oh, this has a molecular makeup.
Everything runs out of gas.
The clap, the legendary clap.
Yeah.
It's like if you're getting ready to really do something that you're about to put your mind to, one good clap and you're like, I got this. It's like
Yeah.
really having to think over it. If you go from the Shikamaru circle while you're thinking it over straight to the clap, you're getting anything done. Yeah, it's a wrap. You may just go Super Saiyan.
I could build a house. If I Shikamaru thought about it and it was like, alright, right here.
If you throw in a believe it right at the end. Like right at
That
the end. So, Greed's not the only one that's different.
Between us, at least our greed starts the same, but for us, Wrath, completely different characters.
I like how, because this is going to confuse the people who are Full Metal fans.
Correct.
This is really going to confuse them. So Wrath
For you,
is the kid. No, is the
Kid.
kid. Is the teacher's kid. So
Yeah,
let's take a moment and explain what homunculus are, because I realize we dived right into that shit. So like homunculi are created human beings. That's what it is.
artificial souls.
Mm-hmm. So the story starts out with Ed and Al trying to bring back their mom. They created something. This is other forms of what was created in a similar process.
Yeah. But I feel, for them, they were taking death and trying to breathe life into something that's been dead. Because she wasn't fresh.
No, she was not
Ava.
fresh at all at that point. There's like a good year in between that.
Yeah, it was like a year of learning
Maybe
how to
more.
make this happen. Yeah, because she died in 1904.
Yeah.
So they were 5.
That's some stanky. That's
Yeah.
some stank in that house before that before that first circle was done. Like,
Hot. Yeah, she was in the ground. She was,
it's
but
the same way with Envy. The very similar process with Envy. And in Full Metal series, Envy was created. Yeah, don't forget that Envy was created from, and so was Wrath. Not such a long process with Wrath. Wrath was just a baby. But
Wrath was damn near immediate. That's why
yeah.
your Wrath looks the way he does. He didn't cross over. He was there growing with the truth.
Wrath is a really fucked story on ours. So like, but hold on before we get to that, because like I get excited with Wrath. So like, when you try to create an artificial life, it turns into this, and that's a homunculi, an artificial soul, a monster.
If you do it correctly.
Even if you don't do it correctly, you can throw enough at it.
Yeah.
Just saying, like Mom wasn't done correctly, and there was just enough thrown at it. Like, you keep giving anything enough stones, and it's done.
I think yours.
Huh?
I think your version of the mom.
Yeah, it like crawled away. It like squiggled off into the distance.
Yeah, ours just had like a ghostly wail where you could just this release of gas that
Just
came out.
Ghastly, just screaming in the top of what's the name of the Valerian Tower? Is that where it's at in Pokemon? I can't remember. I've been playing Pokemon lately. Leave me alone.
Yeah, she didn't move in ours.
No,
She
ours,
was just sludge
Our sludge wiggle wormed off the screen.
that you could hear it expel air trying to communicate, but it couldn't. It was this gassy
Ours couldn't
out.
communicate. Ours could just squiggle.
Yeah,
It
your
had to go
squiggle,
find. Ours had to go searching.
Tile sludge.
So I'll give it to you. Whenever there's dead matter involved, it does seem to have a bit of a different outcome. To some degree, the powers are definitely a little different. Envy, Wrath, and Sloth all have a little bit of different powers.
Your sloth was way different than mine too.
Way fucking different. But that's a major spoiler. So if we go there, we gotta build up to that.
I don't know.
That's a
I guess.
major spoiler. Major. That's a major overcoming moment. It's like a beautiful moment when they beat Sloth.
Like 2 decades.
It's a beautiful moment when Ed beats Sloth.
That hurt my feelings when Ed beat you.
Yeah. It's one of those like full blown Ed's growing up, like you feel it in the series hard at that moment.
That was your big growth. That was one of your big growths in yours, where we didn't have that in Brotherhood.
No.
We saw him physically grow.
No, we got to see the emotional growth. Like you could physically see, you could see on screen him just growing second by second in this fight. Him having to come to grips with what's happening. Him making peace with the decision and the way the decision was made and ended. It's growth. He got his closure with it. He got his full closure with it.
Yeah, he got closure for that whole situation with your Sloth. Whereas ours, he just had to suck it up, Buttercup, move on.
Well, your Ed's a little more suck it up, Buttercup. My Ed's a little more emotional. Both of the boys are a little more emotional in this series.
Yeah.
But Wrath. Because Wrath is like the fact that we have Fuhrer Bradley on the screen right now and talking about Wrath.
My Wrath.
It's a major mindfuck for the Full Metal people. So I hope you have a picture of Pride in here too.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't see it. I just clicked through everything real quick. I was like, I gotta get ready.
I believe I have a picture of Pride in here as well. Well, I have a picture of the lineup. You have a picture of the lineup. Your homunculi versus my homunculi.
Do I? That would be a good picture
Yes.
to pull up. Where is it?
Because my line is longer.
Is this it?
I have more.
No, I do not have it.
Which email are you looking at? Because
All
there's
3
2.
emails.
Miss Cinder. Yeah, let me walk you through it. We're gonna troubleshoot this situation. So, email number 1, second image. It's fan art, for sure. But
Oh, I see it here.
yeah,
I see it here. Hold on.
left side,
I didn't realize that's what
left
it
side
was.
is you guys. Well,
Right
right
there.
side is Brotherhood.
Alright, let's see if we can make this bigger. Hey, look at
They
that.
don't-
Perfect size.
But they're not aligned. They're not lined up in the same way. Because for your lineup starts with envy.
Yeah.
Where on my side, that's our pride. That's pride for us. Salim, Fuhrer Bradley's son.
I
was
like
Pride.
that was a thing, though, because it's still a nod to both series. Like, no matter which way it goes, like, Fuhrer Bradley being... there's another spoiler. Yo, if you haven't watched this, what you doing here tonight?
Yeah, it's been like 20 years.
So,
Okay.
Fuhrer Bradley being Pride, major reveal. Big deal. But I know that the manga came before either of these. So and I know that Pride was written before Fuhrer Bradley was Pride. So the fact that it's the Fuhrer Bradley's son is Pride in your series is a great. I feel like it's a great homage in our series to make Fuhrer Bradley Pride. Like I feel like that was written well.
Yeah. And the fact that they were like, Fuhrer Bradley is such like a powerhouse that he was our rap. They were like, we got to keep him in the fold.
Major powerhouse.
He's still got to be in there. Like I love that.
That fight in Full Metal with Roy Mustang.
Yeah, that was
In the basement. Yo.
that's where like for me when I found out that Salim was Pride in ours, I was like, oh, I'm never gonna get that fight. Never gonna get that innocent Salim showing up with the kill shot. It's never gonna happen. But that's because he is in ours. He commands like a shadow. It kind of reminds me of I don't know. I think all shadows remind me of Shikamaru. But he commands like this big shadowy creature. And it has a bunch of eyes. So
I've seen pictures of this fucking thing.
Yeah, small boy and then a big like cloud or like a big shadow, dark area with a bunch of like weird slit eyes.
Why does he look like Death the Kid from fucking Soul Eater?
He's tiny.
He looks like Death
And
the Kid.
deadpan he has zero emotion.
Looks like it, yeah.
Soulless. But he was a Academy Award-winning actor in this because he just flipped the switch.
Hey, I love that moment in anime. I love that moment.
Like flip the switch on Hawkeye.
Mm.
It's like Basically, just
I'm
threat.
gonna commit to rewatching this. Something's fucked up with my Funimation right now, though. I don't know if you've tried to get on lately, but like, it keeps saying my billing's fucked up, and I've like changed my card like 4 times and given it like days in between. I'm like, we run, and it doesn't let you be like pay now. Yo, what are you fucking?
What?
You don't want this money?
Yeah, and we're like, we do.
Yeah, like, you know, shut up and take this. I'm about to make just a new account. I'm about to say fuck it.
I've actually been having that issue with my dad's Hulu.
Lame.
But the thing is, it'll be like, your card information needs to be updated. We'll let you watch for now.
Yeah, I wish.
Like 2 weeks though.
Dude,
I'm
no.
like, oh,
I was binging through Black Clover. Beast started watching Black Clover. We'll talk more about it at the end. We'll talk more about it at the end because we may do a special episode just for him. So, anyways, we're running out of time. We're running out of time. We got a lot to cover.
we
So,
do.
we've only really got 2 minutes left, and there's so much. We may have to do a part 2 on this. We may have to do an individual breakdown. The Ishbal and War.
Yeah, we got Ishbal in general.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And then in ours we had a third country. We had Mai, which is from another Asian country. Because they do focus on the fact that these are 2 Asian countries. They have the traditional, like, outfits, and you have like.
I was like, what's she gonna say? What's it gonna be?
Yeah, it all nods to traditional culture, clothing, and custom wise. See it? She's got a tiny little panda. Mai has a small panda on her shoulder. Like, first off, Mai looks like she's 4, but she has a tiny panda on her shoulder.
Why is that not a thing? Yo, we can make pot-bellied pigs. Let's make pot-bellied pandas. Let's bring them back from extinction.
Talking
That way.
about teacup pigs.
No,
Little pig.
no, I'm talking pot-belly. They got like, they still get big, you know.
You just want a big motherfucker just.
Yeah, I want
around here.
one like, I don't know. It could take up a couch. It could take I would get it its own little couch. If I had a panda, I would definitely get it its own little couch. Don't get me started on things I would do for a panda.
I'm pretty sure it'd have.
He would definitely have his own room.
You'd build that shit from the ground up.
Absolutely. If I had a
Your
panda.
bare hands. Your panda bear hands.
My panda bear hands. So, okay, so let's go ahead and kind of like, let's at least sum up this picture because we got really excited on this one. We got way off track, and like, we're going to have to do a next part.
Yeah. For Galentine's Day.
Galentine's Day.
Yes, Galentine's Day.
Wow.
That's our next day.
Might have to do something for you on that. I've got a special layout for Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
really-
everyone gets the same layout next week. Yeah, I didn't go through and make each one. Like, I've got one layout for the channel. Let me just go ahead and
We
pop
are-
that bubble now. Yeah.
We are one.
So, this picture. So, envy's envy. I see envy in both of them. It's the same. Lust is lust. That's the same. I know that
Yep.
gluttony is gluttony, so that's the same. Huh?
In mine, you have both greeds. You have the greed, and then all the way at the end
You see
is where you have like
Yeah, I
who
see
is-
him down there. Sitting next to my sloth. Is your sloth that
Yeah.
big fucker?
that big fucker is my sloth.
Wow, they went in a whole different direction.
Completely different direction. This man was like underground, making some movements that I don't want to tell you about yet.
Why do I feel like my wrath is not in here? It's not.
He is little, but he is in there.
Where? Lies.
He is next to Fear Bradley, beside Lust. Or, I'm sorry, next to Gluttony. Between Gluttony and
Oh, he
Lust.
just kind of blends in. I see him in there. He just kind of
Because he
blends
has
in.
that long, dark
Yeah.
hair.
He just blends the fuck in with lust.
Yeah, but he's right there between Gluttony and Lust.
Yeah.
You're a tiny little sloth, because compared to my big ass fucker.
Yeah. My sloth could
He just-
easily be mistaken for lust.
Yes, which is what confused me a lot when I was watching FMA. Is I was like, that's sloth. Okay, like I wasn't sure at certain points. Like I had to watch their
It's
mannerisms
sloth.
to be sure if it was sloth or lust.
No, I hell, sloth complains so much. It's sloth. What else would she do? It's Shikamaru. Everything is such a drag.
I feel that my soul. I have a little sloth poster on my wall, and it says "Hang in there." And full sloth mode.
Wow. That's funny. So, we'll follow up on this one.
Yeah, we gotta dive deeper into our
If
respective
involved, yeah.
full moon.
I want the next one to
'Cause-
be actual definitive difference between the overall conflict, though. I want to give all the viewers, anyone who stuck it in, guys. There's 6 people who stuck it out with us tonight. We appreciate every one of you all, man. We'll be back next week. I don't think we'll do this though next week. I want this to have some time to be formulated a little better. So we're going to be going on a hiatus for a little while. Next week is going to be our last week streaming, so make sure you tune in for that. But we may kick off our return with the compare and contrast. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I challenge everyone to watch, pick your series. All right, you can do 52 episodes of FMA, or how many is Brotherhood?
Oh God, I feel like we have more, but I think it's around the same amount.
Yeah, it's not a very long anime, but it's a great story to get into. So I challenge anyone who's never watched it, watch one or the other, either FMA or Full Metal Brotherhood, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Let me go ahead and spell that out for the literal people. And come back, talk with us over us. Tell us which of the series you like the best. Tell us why. Let's talk about the war, the overall conflict.
60 episodes.
So yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not many more, but it definitely gives you a different situation. We have different conflicts and different interactions.
That's a quick weekend binge. That's a quick weekend binge.
Everybody else who doesn't spend all their time binging things.
Man, if you ain't got nothing going on for that weekend, you can knock this out.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you guys gonna do after this?
Fucking quarantine.
What do you do when your sports ball is over?
Your sports ball. Wow. Tampa Bay gonna light it up. Woo. Brady gonna bribe his next win.
I'm rooting for my homie.
My homie.
My Mahomes.
So next week we'll have something special for everyone for our going away. We're not really 100% sure on what that's going to be yet. We've tossed up a couple ideas, but we're going to do something big for the next one. Something big.
Oh yeah, you'll see. I mean, you can always keep in touch with our IG, let you know everything.
That's right. The thing's been blowing up lately.
Oh yeah, we've got some pretty good people running it.
Shout out to Nico and Big Nasty, because I can't manage that. If you're on the Fat Man Panda page, I apologize to you. I'm horrible. No one cares about my life behind the camera.
We do. Remember how in the beginning there was like the life you helped create that came in? That's the life of Kurt.
Well, like we live. She does that. I'm bad. She does that. She tags me. It's there.
She tags me.
She tags me.
If you want to dive into.
I'm here. I'll raise it. It's okay.
It better be. Fight you.
Yeah, definitely a Shikamaru move. She's my Tamari. That's exactly what it is. She holds me down. Alright. I don't need to protect my wife. I need protection from my wife sometimes. Y'all saw her beat me on camera tonight. It's a thing.
That's a light southern beat.
Ooh.
First time.
Ooh, Shikamaru cast. Just an ode to Shikamaru. Ooh,
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for all of that.
Yeah.
Oh. I'd have to put together like a Tamari costume, because that's bad.
Oh, I would want to do. My hair is not long enough for Shikamaru anymore.
Mine isn't either, and that broke my heart, to be honest. I thought about it, and I was like, I ain't got enough inches for that.
You get one of those really cheap wigs.
It has to be cheap to stand up like Shikamaru's hair.
That's what I'm saying. Super cheap. But yeah, guys, so we'll definitely be back next week. You got any parting words before I give out the schedule?
Keep an eye on that Instagram, because we got more information. We just don't drop in there periodically. Just be like, oh, this is what's happening.
This is true. This is true.
Things change a lot.
I just want to see you write down each one of those little pop dolls. Like, you're getting a major collection back there. I want that on the IG. Just tell us what all's in the background. I see all your little Pokemon's growing up there. I see that's happening.
Yeah, got a little birthday present Pokemon up there.
We did a Pokemon cast. Pokemon's anime, right?
Yes. Pocket monsters.
The way you're like, yes, it is.
Yes, noob. In my head, I heard my mom. The Pokemans?
The Pokemans?
That's what I heard. That's why my face.
Pokemon is anime.
Are you guys watching your Pokemans?
The S at the end. Miserable. Pokemon Go. Oh.
Pokemon Go.
Oh, disgusting.
And Pokemans. Like, girls.
Well.
Oh, yeah. We're going to put in some. Definitely going to put some stuff for my pop dolls, because I definitely am rocking the Winter Rock Bell. Got the Fear Bradley. Definitely 100% need my Roy Mustang. But he's a little. They know his value.
They do. No, they do. I'm not gonna lie on that one. Yeah, I still gotta get you your Itachi. I'm not backing out on that one. I have it in mind. I know the one I want. Got my little Natsu here. My whole little anime swag. One little Natsu.
Little Natsu. I mean, it's a perfect embodiment. Right there.
But all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and close it out for the night. We appreciate everyone who stopped through. We'll see everyone back Tuesday night for What's on Your Plate, 10 p.m. Yeah. What time is that for you?
7 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah, 7 Pacific. Fun stuff. You get that 3-hour delay. Oh, I would work so well on your schedule. Because, like, your 5 a.m. is our 8 a.m. So I would never, like, it'd be perfect.
You adjust, it's rough.
Yeah, I don't know.
It becomes 5 a.m. real quick.
That's funny.
We got Tuesday. We got Friday going on this week.
We do have Friday this week. We'll be on this Friday at 11 or 10:30, 11:30.
Collaboration.
Collective
That's what I've heard.
collaboration.
Yeah, the Friday collective collaboration. It's like there's a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot going.
There's a lot going on with that podcast lately. There has been a lot going on with that. It's been fun.
A lot going on. That's my favorite. Fridays.
Friday night rotation's been fun. It's always been fun. And then of course next Saturday we'll close this out with Fat Man Terra.
Batman
Facc. The Facc cast. But all right, guys. We appreciate everyone for coming through. We're gonna go ahead and close it out. You all be safe. We'll see you next week. Fuck up.